Hello, and to those of you joining for the first time, welcome to my ongoing quest to try and continue being a better Espire agent. Anyone who's watching my channel is no stranger to the fact that I've been a huge fan of Espire 1 ever since I got my copy in November of 2020. And as of this year, Digital Load finally announced the sequel to Espire 1, Espire 2, launching later this year. Espire 2 is currently going to be coming to the Quest 2. Thus far, there are not any plans for any other console or platform at launch. However, there's not an exclusivity guarantee with the Oculus Quest, so there may be other consoles later, with the exception of the Quest 1, as the hardware restrictions of the Quest 1 will inhibit it from being able to keep up with the game. As Espire 2 is targeted to launch in November of this year, I thought I'd take the time to go over what we know so far about the game. First off, we know that the player is going to take the role of Poe, or the primary operator of Espire, which is the returning character from the original Espire 1. There's of course going to be a host of new and returning weapons, including an all-new repair tool, and Espire 2 will feature a more sophisticated and immersive mechanic for reloading, as well as some new version of quick reload. The Tranquilizer as well makes a triumphant return, sort of, or it will when you play as Cinder, one of the two available frames that you will be able to choose between, each with different capabilities. Cinder, the more action-oriented of the two, will have more armor and a tranquilizer launcher built into its hand, while the lighter-armed Sooty is faster and more stealth-oriented. Sooty can launch a noise distraction module and use its smaller profile to squeeze into places that Cinder cannot. Espire Instinct will be a returning feature of both units as well, operating to what sounds like the level we know and love with Cinder, though Sooty will be able to slow down time to nearly a standstill. Of course, Instinct isn't the only Espire ability with an upgrade. Espire Vision will now have night vision functionality, and Sooty goes a step further with the ability to visualize enemy patrol patterns, which is going to be especially important with the missions in Espire, as Espire 2 is set to leave not just the IFA facility, but Australia itself, set to feature more outdoors locations than its predecessor. Players can look forward to not just a single-player story campaign, but also a co-op campaign experience, where each player takes control of one of the two new frames and works together online. There are, however, a few features from single-player that won't be able to make it over to co-op, such as Espire Instinct, or what we can expect to be possibly a returning slew of cheats, which will also be exclusive to single player. But certainly, I look forward to this new avenue of play, as well as a number of other additional features, such as a more sophisticated and upgraded voice command system to interact with enemies and have more functionality there as the player takes command. Certainly, I'll be looking at the Quest store with great anticipation this November when Espire 2 hits for a projected price of $29.99 US. Keep your ear to the ground for more details on the upcoming Espire game, as its launch speed runs towards us at an incredible pace.
Assimilate, infiltrate, eliminate. 2022.